Hey beautiful people, welcome or welcome back. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and we are here for a reading all about you and the person on your mind, plus the connection you share with each other. Today's reading is going to be focused on what you can expect in the future with this person. Today's reading is going to cover what this next chapter looks like, what is shifting and changing within both of you and the connection itself, where you will stand towards them, where they will stand towards you, and so on. I'm going to explain the first spread we've gotten out here momentarily, but first I do want to note that this is a timeless reading and it is my intention that it is for all zodiac signs, although I will note any signs, synchronicities, or symbols throughout this reading to give you that bonus confirmation. Now, I am still a little bit sick, you guys. In case this is the first time you're joining on the channel, I just wanted to get that out there right away. I may occasionally have a cough here or there or need to take an extra drink of water, so I would appreciate your patience and understanding. I still felt called to read here for you today. It's just unfortunately I'm human and I'm a little bit sick. So let me first get started by explaining what we're going to cover first, and then I will kind of let you know what you can expect throughout the rest of the reading here today. Over here on the left, this section of cards is intended to represent you in this next chapter. Your emotions, your experience, what is shifting and changing, and basically what is going on within you during this next chapter with your person. And ditto over here, but for your person. Now, what I want to note for you is that it could also be that roles are reversed here. If you find that your gut is just telling you you're more on this side, your person is more on that side, that's also okay. You're welcome to flip-flop and kind of flip the script as I'm talking here today. It is possible there may be some mirroring, but I will tell you right from the get-go before we get started, it seems like you and your person are going to have very opposing emotions and experiences in the next chapter. So in this instance, I doubt that there's going to be a whole lot of mirroring between you and your person, although it is still possible. And if you resonate with both sides, it's probably for a reason. At the end of the day, there's no rules here. Take things if, when, and how they resonate within you. So anyway, when we're done with this first spread, I may pull some tarot. I may feel called to skip it and jump straight to channeled messages. I'm going to leave today's pop-up rather open-ended, but as usual, no matter what, I will pull some messages just for you, the viewer, at the end of the reading. So I always encourage you to stick around to the very end. It helps to reset your energy and prepare you for closing out the energy of this reading. So you're welcome to stick around till the very end for your own personal messages, not necessarily relating to this connection. So let's get started, you guys. I first want to talk about you over here on the left and what is going to happen within you during this next chapter with your person. You are being represented by the archetypes, the cave and the medallion as the secondary archetype. You also have vinegar, abundance, and Virgo, tidy up your life coming out. So you could definitely have Virgo placements. It could also be that this next chapter is coming in around Virgo season, possibly. Or again, you're just embodying a lot of Virgo energies. So I want to throw that out there right from the get-go. Not gonna lie to you guys, it seems like in the next chapter, like I said, you and your person seem to be on like in very opposing energies, almost quite opposite from one another during this next chapter. And it seems like you are going to be the one that is choosing to withdraw a little bit in this connection. If this is like a current partner or something like that, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're just leaving the connection altogether. I don't think that's the case. But I do feel like you are making a conscious choice during this next chapter to maybe take a step back, pull your energy away a little bit, and focus inward on yourself for a while. It's interesting because we have Virgo coming out. Virgo is also the hermit in tarot, and the cave archetype is kind of reminding me of the hermit energy from tarot in a way. So we have that syncing up here. Maybe that's why it came out for you in a way. where it seems like you're making a conscious choice to go inward and maybe withdraw from this connection a little bit. You're pulling your energy back in toward yourself. It could be for some of you out there, you are making your career your top priority or your abundance for whatever reason. Maybe you have debt to get out of, or you have had this calling to find a new career path, something that suits your highest good or fits your life purpose or something like that. That is one possibility, that maybe you're choosing to take a step back because career needs to come first in this next chapter. It could also just be that because of you choosing to pour more energy into you instead of this connection, more abundance is coming to you kind of like as a byproduct of that. Because you're raising your vibration, you're healing, you're introspecting, abundance is naturally magnetizing to you a lot more quickly than normal. But I do see an increase in abundance coming in for you. It's funny because this is a love reading, and my intention was to read on the love connection itself in the next chapter. But oddly enough for you, it seems like that's not your primary focus. Your primary focus is on you, yourself, your life, your healing, your work, your abundance, what's going on within you. And you're less focused on this connection itself. Now, I'm going to touch on your person next, but spoiler alert, it seems like your person is the opposite during this next chapter, and they are very much focused on you and your connection. You're over here, though, kind of like not really caring quite as much. And I think part of it actually has something to do with some sort of wound that has needed to be addressed. Now, this could be a wound that was started within this connection. If you feel like you have some sort of resentments towards this person, it could certainly be that. It could also be wounds from the past that are creating blockages for you in this connection. The vinegar card talks about kind of like, I guess it gives the analogy of like, let's say you're tasting a sour object, right? Like a sour gummy bear or vinegar itself or something like that. It's like if you've ever tasted such a thing before, right before you put that up to your mouth and actually eat it, it's like your mouth starts watering. You already know what to expect. It's like you kind of brace for it because instinctively you already know what it's going to be like before you even take a bite, right? So it kind of gives that analogy here where it's like maybe you're viewing this connection as something, it's like you already know what to expect. And unfortunately, it's leaving a bit of a sour taste in your mouth or something like that. So this could be that you've reached a point of like enough is enough in this connection, or you feel misunderstood, or you still have wounds that are being triggered in this connection, or it could be stuff from the past that you are focusing on healing through, working through. You're cleaning it up, basically, tidy up your life. I think that during this next chapter of this connection, you're just doing a deep analysis of you, your life, your wounds, where you stand. And you're not as focused on this connection because it's almost like you realize you have some work to do and you need to make that your top priority and focus. It could be physical work like your job or changing career paths, and it could also just be inner work on yourself that's raising your vibration. But bottom line, there's some stuff that needs to be purged. There is some stuff that needs to be healed and worked on, and it seems like in the next chapter of this connection, that's your number one goal, is self-improvement, being honest with yourself, and maybe focusing on your finances or your money for a while and not so much on this connection for a period of time, okay? Now, I'm going to chat a little bit more about that, but first I want to touch on your person. Their primary archetypes in this next chapter are being represented by the one, and the secondary being the threshold. We also have the moon again, actually, I didn't even notice that. The moon again, cue up the cuddles, and love coming out here. So I feel like it's kind of self-explanatory in a lot of ways. We have a lot of emotion coming through from your person in the next chapter. A lot of it, okay? Now, I'm not going to beat around the bush. We have the moon coming out twice. So it could be that feminine energy is going to be very strong within your person in the next chapter. The moon also, to me, always represents both Cancer and Pisces, because the moon is Pisces in tarot and Cancer is ruled by the moon in astrology. So it's interesting that we have two astrological notes coming through for you and your person. Certainly take that as confirmation if that's the case for you, but as always, it's a collective reading, so let it fly. If it doesn't, don't read into it too much, but it certainly could be bonus confirmation for you. Since we have the moon coming out twice, it could also be that, and you guys bear with me because I'm an amateur astrologer, okay? I'm not claiming to be an expert, but I believe our moon sign tends to express like how we behave in relationships, right? It's very much tied into how we express ourselves emotionally and within like relationship dynamics. So again, to me, it's also double noting that in this next chapter, your person is going to be the one who is mostly focused on the connection and their relationship to you, whether you're committed or not. They're focused on how they relate to you, their feelings towards you. They're wanting to cuddle with you. They're wanting to express those feelings towards you. They're very emotional. They're kind of in this love bubble. And it could be that maybe this person is crossing over into that for the first time for some of you. Where they're actually coming to this realization that they have these deeper feelings for you for the first time, or there's something new to that, like it's gained and it's grown, it's gained, it's becoming more intense for them in this next chapter. Because with the threshold, we have this energy of crossing over, and it's the secondary archetype that they're experiencing. So like they're feeling deeply connected to you, and it's almost like they've crossed over into that. So maybe in the past they didn't feel as deeply connected to you and now they do. That's kind of what's coming through here. And unlike you have a lot of explaining to do with your person. There's not a lot for me to dive into other than the fact that it seems like they're just very deeply attached to you in this next chapter. I'm not even gonna lie. I think maybe part of it is because you have detached so much. That's kind of just the way things tend to work sometimes when it comes to like law of attraction. When we detach from things, or when we stop giving like an abundance of importance and extra energy into something, it tends to create this void where that thing that we're trying to manifest, or that other thing, starts to come towards us instead. So it could be that because you seem to be detaching from the connection, you're more focused on you, you're becoming more magnetic, and it might be that this person is feeling that pull towards you. And that message has been coming up a lot in my collective readings lately as well. So it's really no surprise. I just feel, and of course that doesn't have to be the case. I'm not saying for a fact it is, okay? But I have to note that. It seems like this person is just really feeling drawn to you in the connection. They're wanting to spend more time to you. And ironically, it's like you don't seem to really care too much. Like you're so focused on yourself and your healing and your goals that you don't really, you're not as emotionally invested. Thank you, Wally. Thank you for that, Wally. Wally says, yes, there's your confirmation. Hi, bud. He's like right behind me in my ear, meowing at me. Anyway, that's basically what I'm seeing here for the next chapter of this connection. Your person is wanting to get closer to you, and you are wanting to get closer to your goals and your own like inner work and stuff like that. Now, that's not to say you like just don't care about this person at all. I don't think that's the case. It's just that your primary goal seems to be on yourself, and this person's primary goal seems to be on you as well. Like both of you are kind of focused on you in the next chapter, I guess you can say. Wally, what? Hi. Hello. Okay, anyway. Oh my gosh, you guys. All right, I'm gonna do my best here to take a breather real quick so I don't cough in front of you while I lay out our next spread. I think what I'm going to do here is get a few channeled messages out from you to your person versus your person to you in the next chapter, because I don't really want to like jump around too much. My goal behind today's reading was to talk about what's coming next, not necessarily what's happening right now. So we're going to focus on the next chapter still. So over here, I'm going to pull a few cards of things you want to say to your person. And then over here, what your person would like to say to you. I think that's how we're going to lay this out here, okay? All right. Okay. Whoa. That's not a surprise that came out for you. It flew across the room, okay? Hold on. We had 3 cards like fly away. This was the only one that flipped upright though, so that's why I'm taking it for you. I'm gonna pull a couple from your person to you now and then switch decks. By the way, you guys, if you are resonating with this, if you're still here, I'd love it if you'd hit that like button and subscribe for more. I know it's kind of annoying that I'm sick, and maybe some of you out there can pick up on my energy being a little bit lower than normal. It's purely because of that. I don't know what this is. It's some kind of respiratory thing. I know it's not the flu. It's just not feeling my best. That's all. At the end of the day, I am human, and human beings get sick sometimes. I don't know what else to say. All right, one more card from their person to them in the next chapter. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that one really wanted to come out. It's flipping all over the place. Okay, couple more, please. From them to their person. Okay. All right, and from their person to them in the next chapter, please. Excuse me. Oh, geez. Did you see the candle went crazy? Oh, my gosh. All right, and then what I think I'm going to do is get a couple of mutual messages in the center. So what are things that they both would like to express in the next chapter? Interesting. Things are starting to make sense now. One more card. Wow, okay. So let's first get started with what both of you are wanting to say to the other or express to the other in the next chapter. We have, please don't forget me. I put you on a pedestal, and trust. So things are starting to come together a little bit, and the reading is making a lot more sense now. I think part of what's happening in the next chapter between you and your person is like a big reality check in a lot of ways. It could be that roles are being reversed here. Maybe at one point in time you propped your person up on a pedestal and you've had a reality check about that in the next chapter, and that could be why you're withdrawing your energy a little bit, because you realized that you put them on a pedestal, you were projecting an image onto this person, and then you had like a reality check about that they're human, they're not perfect, they shouldn't be on a pedestal, you should view them as an equal, not somebody who is like overly important or something like that. And vice versa. Maybe now this person is putting you on a pedestal, or they're idealizing you or something like that. It could also be that maybe trust issues have created problems in this connection and both of you are wanting to address that. It's also clear that you both don't want to let this connection go. So even though you are detaching a little bit from this connection, you still don't want to fully let it go in this chapter. So like I said earlier, I don't feel like you're wanting to completely leave this connection behind. It's more like you want to focus on yourself a lot more in the next chapter, and you're not giving this person like too much of your energy during it, okay? But you're not like fully wanting to let go of this connection either. Maybe some of you are. But for most of you watching, I don't think you do want to fully let it go. Over here with what you want to say to your person, I left before you could leave me, and I'm not available. Those are the first two messages. That is what I laughed at when it came out because it fits the rest of the reading perfectly. You're not really available. You're still there, you're still present. For most of you, you're not completely leaving this connection behind, but you're not as available as you once were to this person emotionally, maybe physically. You're focused on you, and it's not like you're completely unavailable for most of you watching. It's just that you are prioritizing other things for the time being. And maybe some of you out there are falling into an avoidant attachment in a lot of ways, because with this coming out, I left before you could leave me. It's kind of like maybe you pulled back your energy before this person could do that. And it's like creating this insane dynamic between the two of you now, where you're withdrawing your energy. You don't want to face the rejection. Maybe this person was rejecting you for a period of time, and you're choosing to almost like go in a completely opposite direction because of that. That could be the case for some of you out there. It could be that this was sparked by some other wound or fear or something like that, because I did see that coming out with the vinegar card. Maybe you've been through a pattern with a person like this before, and this time you chose to detach before they could leave you or abandon you or reject you or something. But if that doesn't fit the situation, don't force it to. But I had to get that out there because of what I see. So missed opportunity. I didn't act when I should have, and responsibilities. I have to take care of my financial and emotional needs. Again, no surprise that that came out for you with things you'd want to say to this person. You're basically saying maybe you had a missed opportunity at work, or you didn't go back to school when you wanted to, or you didn't switch career paths or prioritize your career or your other responsibilities when you should have. Maybe you were giving too much time, energy, and attention to this person, and it actually affected your career or your work or your other priorities. And it's kind of like you're coming in to say, I need to reevaluate my priorities. Okay. I have other responsibilities. I was giving you too much attention. Now I need to pour that attention back into myself for a while. You've had some kind of wake up call that maybe you've been giving this person too much of your time, energy, attention, and emotions, and you need to rebalance things out again. You need to care for yourself again. You need to make other things a priority before it's too late, right? And we have things about finances coming up for you pretty strongly, so I would not be shocked if it definitely involves your work in some way. Again, going back to school, it could be your career has taken a hit, or you have been spending a lot of money on this person or on dates or something like that. I don't know what it is. I feel like you definitely know what it is. If your finances have taken a hit recently, in the next chapter of this connection, that is going to be one of your top priorities. Healing, fixing your emotional stuff, and, correcting whatever financial issues have gone wrong, okay? So that's basically where you're at. Again, in the next chapter, you're not as focused on this person as they are to you. You are mostly focused on yourself. Now, over here with your person, things that they would like to say to you. So many things remind me of you, and I love you. The first two messages. No surprise, your person was represented with the love card as well as the moon. Cue up the cuddles. Your person is definitely in a bit of a love bubble towards you. They love you. I'm not saying you don't love them. You might. You probably still do if you already do now. It's just they're not your top priority. Whereas with this person, they are definitely trying to make you a top priority, okay? We have sabotage. I mess up the good things in my life sometimes. And unfinished business. We still have things to resolve and discuss. So it could be that maybe part of this, you pulling back your energy, is also due to this person sabotaging something here. It could be that they did something, said something to sabotage this connection, and you chose to walk away or detach because of that, possibly. And it could have to do with like a conflict, or maybe, again, you reached a point of enough is enough, just basically a plethora of things, okay? But I'm seeing that you're pulling back your energy. they are pulling their energy towards you. They still love you. They're thinking about you a lot. They feel guilty for anything that they've done to sabotage this connection. Maybe they're taking on a lot of the responsibility for the fact that the two of you aren't as close in the next chapter. And it seems like they're taking on a role of wanting to fix it. They want to talk about it. They want more communication. They want more attention from you. And that's kind of like their general stance in the next chapter here, is they want to get closer to you and you want to get closer to yourself. So very interesting. And I do want to just remind all of you one more time that this is a collective reading. Take things if, when, and how they resonate. It is perfectly fine if you feel like you reverse those roles, okay? Anyway, we're going to get out tiles and charms next. This is intended for bonus confirmation and insight. And I just heard Venus, okay? Venus. So I don't know if you know your astrological charts, what's going on with Venus in your charts, but you might want to look that up. Venus also rules Taurus and Libra, I believe. So that could be significant to someone out there. Okay, and let's get out a few tiles. Oh my goodness. I am sorry, you guys. I'm just a little bit sick, not feeling very well. Wally. Okay, so I'm seeing soul and sun, and then there's a sun coming out here. So solar energy, sun energy could be important. That also makes me think of Leo. Leo is the sun in tarot. The sun is also divine masculine energy. So throwing that out there. And I'm also seeing the word soul as in your soul, your consciousness. Okay, so we're not going to ignore that. And then we also have fun. It's like when we make the word soul, fun is just the byproduct of that, okay, which is interesting. And then we have the balloons coming out here, and a rabbit giving a pearl as a gift, a unicorn, and a heart arrow. So it's very interesting that we have this coming out like this. It's almost like we're talking about a chapter that feels like a little bit rocky. I don't see it as a bad chapter between the two of you, but it's almost like this is noting that it's leading to something better when you get through it. And sometimes that happens when I do future prediction readings, where it's like we talk about the future chapter and then the chapter after that wants to like have a little cameo or a sneak peek. And I feel like that's what's happening here. The next chapter, it seems like you're focused on yourself, your person is more focused on you, and then maybe the chapter that comes after that is when the lighthearted energy returns for this connection. If you guys do want me to do an extended, you can drop a comment down below. I'm not feeling specifically called to today, so I'm not going to do that, but if you'd like me to, drop a comment, let me know. I'd be more than happy to. What I'm going to do next is get you out a message just for you. This is the message from the universe section, so take it how it resonates with your life relating to this connection or not. I always like to recharge our energy by doing that for the collective, okay? Now, if you've made it this far into the reading, I'd love it if you would drop a feather or a bird emoji down below to let me know. Your first message is this feather, which is the osprey. Your success is now at hand. Allow the abundance to flow to you effortlessly. Oh, I love it when that happens, you guys. Yeah, there's something about your material plane abundance that's going to be shifting very soon, okay? I don't know what that is. If you feel like sharing down below for the collective, sharing your story, your testimony, you're more than welcome to. But there's definitely something about your physical abundance, your money, your success that is changing right now. Like you are prioritizing work. You're taking a new career path. You're just naturally manifesting more material abundance into your reality, but that has come through a lot for you in today's reading, okay? Now, your affirmation of the day, I invite you to affirm with me. You can do so by typing the top part in the comments. It is, today I will express myself. Today I will express my feelings openly and honestly by writing them down and reading them aloud. So maybe some of you out there could benefit from that exercise. If you feel like you're having a difficult time expressing your emotions, just in general, not necessarily relating to this connection. Maybe write them down, journal about it. You could read them aloud, even just talk about your feelings with a trusted friend or someone who can support you, okay? Because it's very important to express your feelings, the good, the bad, the ugly, at least to be aware of them, you know? It's never a good idea to sit and dwell on things, but it's good to at least conceptualize what's going on within you and have that level of emotional intelligence, right? But anyway, I'm going to pack up and leave this reading here. I want to thank you all for joining. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day or night. And until next time, bye for now.